Good. Let's talk about conditionals. So we have four conditionals, zero, first, second, and third. This one is third conditional. Why we use it to talk about past situations that did not happen, or maybe to imagine a different outcome. Okay, so it's like hypothetical, it's impossible because it's about past and that can't be changed. So something that didn't happen, it's hypothetical, we can't change it. The structure, and for example, when you want to express regrets or blame, for example, if I had studied, I would have passed the exam. I would have passed
I would have passed
the exam.
the
What
exam.
is this? This is actually my regrets. I feel sorry or blame. I feel like that was my fault. I didn't study. So if I had studied, as you can see, I have two clauses here. The first one is past perfect, had plus past participle. The second one, that is the second clause, is would, have, and past participle. So we have two different clauses. The first part or
Would
the
have
first clause,
passed the exam.
yes, past perfect, had, and past participle. Just be careful and pay attention. When using verb, it's past participle, not past simple. And this one would have and past participle. The second one, the second actually situation is when you want to imagine a different result of past action. For example, if I had left earlier, if I had left earlier, she,
If I had left earlier,
for example, wouldn't, this is negative,
I
have
wouldn't
missed
have
the train.
missed the chance. Yeah.
Yes. This one is actually imagine different result. So it's like if I didn't,
Imagine different
yeah, first
results.
if I had left earlier, I wouldn't. So this is another one. And sometimes if you want to criticize or comment on a past decision, so criticize or maybe comment on a past decision. For example, I say, if you had told me, I'm criticizing you. If you
If you
had
have,
told me,
if you
I
have taught me,
would, or you can also say I could. So could or would, both of them. I would or I could have helped you. This is like I'm criticizing as
I
if
would
you didn't. Okay.
have helped you.
Yeah, I would or I could. So as you can see, I can have negative or affirmative. For negative, normally I add not to would. Or if I want to make negative for the first part, hadn't. If I hadn't left, for example, late, I wouldn't have missed a train. So hadn't, if I want to make negative, the first part, and the second one wouldn't. Okay, so this is the structure and the use. They're the uses of this structure. So it's really good structure. Just instead of would, you can use might, could, or sometimes should, depending on the meaning. Sometimes should. So depend. For example, I say, if she had come, we would have started. If she had come, we would have started. Could have. If I had seen him, I could have helped. So this is could. Might, for example, I say, if they had tried harder, they might have won. Might. And should, like advice. I say, if you had studied, you should have passed. So for different, actually, maybe in different situation and meaning, I can use would, could, should, and of course might. When you want to give advice, you normally use should. So if you had studied, you should have passed the exam. Of course, you didn't, and you couldn't. So this is all about the structure. Okay, let's talk about. I want to ask you first. Tell me about a regret in the past.
Mhm, mhm. If I had studied in this mm, in the past, I would speak. I would have. I wouldn't. Uh, if mm, if I if I had worked hard in the past, I would earn. I would have earned a lot of money.
Okay. Just about in the past, you don't need because when you say if I had worked, you mean past.
Hard.
Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
actually it indicates past because this is past perfect. So you don't need to say in the past. If I had, for example, worked harder,
If I had worked hard,
now you can use could because you are now could is good. Okay, you can say if I had worked harder, for example, back then, if you want to say past, you say back then in the past, I could,
back then,
yes, I could have earned,
I could
yeah,
have earned
a lot more
a
money.
lot of money.
Yeah. So this one, could is better. Do you remember I told you, depending on the meaning of your sentence, you can use would or could. Here you are talking about that you actually were able. So you say could.
If,
Yeah.
if,
Okay. The next
if I had
one,
worked harder back then, I could
yes.
have earned a lot of money.
Of course, of course. So actually, this is like maybe a criticize, or it's like imagining a different result in the past. So if I, okay, and the next one, criticize. So let's use another one. Let's make another one to criticize someone.
Mm,
To
If uh, if you had text, if you had taught me, I could I could I could speak in it well now. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, that was good. If yeah, of course. So that is my my fault. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, of course. That was good. So if you had taught
If you
me, for
had
example,
taught me,
earlier,
if you had
okay,
taught me earlier,
yeah, of course. I would have been
I would,
able to speak English well by now. So
yeah,
this one is good. Yeah. If you can say I or I'd or I would. Okay, I would have been able to speak English well. So you can use this way. Okay, I would have. Okay, so that is good. Yes, of course. Yes, you're right. I'd have
I would have
been able
been, I,
to
I would have been
speak
able to speak
English
English
well by now.
well by now.
Yeah, yeah, of course, that is really good. Yeah, of course. And we have another condition I will teach you later. So we have mixed conditional, and later I will teach you this one is good. Sometimes we can mix two different conditionals. So for example, third and second. But here Now we are focusing on third. Okay, as you can see, if you had chosen to go on that road, you would have gotten home
You wouldn't
earlier. This is the
forgotten home
result.
earlier. You would have
Yeah.
forgotten earlier.
If we hadn't hurried, we would have
Um,
missed our flight.
We would have missed our flight.
Yeah, this is different,
If we
actually,
had had
past.
more detailed plan, we wouldn't have had a chapel meeting the that night.
Yes, of
If
course. Like,
she had had a more detailed plan, she wouldn't have had a chapel meeting the that night.
yes, of course. Had, first had, this one is, of course, the part of structure that is for past participle. The second one is past participle of have had. Okay, so if she had had a more detailed plan, so it's like this is a criticize or blame, like, okay, if she had had, she wouldn't have had any trouble. But of course, she didn't, and she had trouble. Okay, this is all about third conditional. Do you have any questions related to the structure? Good one. If I want to be
It's
honest, a
it
little,
is a little bit difficult for me now because for a long time I don't use the English and especially in uh, the conditional
of course,
sentence.
yeah,
Yeah,
conditional. So conditionals
so
are
I
good
think
structures.
I yeah I will try to learn grammar so I can use it.
Of course. As well as vocabulary, you need to improve your grammar range because, when talking, of course, you need. But let me be honest. Some structures are not really just commonly used. You know what I mean? I mean that, some of them very good. For example, conditionals, especially zero, first, mixed conditionals. So we use them. They are commonly used. Some of them maybe no, not that much, but we need to learn. We need to focus on important ones because, of course, you need to expand your grammar to be able to make smoother and more natural sentences. Okay, so this is one of them. Of course, it's not maybe really that much easy because we have past participle and again we have would have past participle. It's a little bit confusing, so you need to practice more. But we can practice. Let's see. Let's practice this one. Let's
Your team
use,
failed to meet the
yes.
deadline due to
Your team
unfinished tasks.
failed to meet the deadline due to unfinished task. So use third conditional to describe the situation.
If your team have had work hard, um, you you don't you wouldn't you
Have
wouldn't you wouldn't miss you wouldn't miss the deadline.
Okay, missed the deadline. Okay, so this is second conditional. This one was second, the mix of third and second. So if your team, so you can say, if my team hadn't had unfinished task, okay, for example, they wouldn't have failed to meet the deadline, something like this, or they would have meet the deadline. So you can make negative or affirmative. So it's your choice. And so you can say your team or my team. So you can say if your team hadn't, okay, just, had unfinished task. Okay. Of course, we don't do this. Like, uh, then you can say they wouldn't have missed the deadline. Or this one failed to meet the deadline is too wordy. So you can easily say they
They
wouldn't
could they
have
wouldn't have
missed the
they wouldn't
deadline.
have missed the deadline.
This one is better. Yeah, this one is better than. Like this is okay. It's correct. Okay. But I say it's a failed to meet the deadline. It's too lying. Just missed the deadline. So it's easier to say. Okay. And you were late to work because you overslept.
Mm, if you if you have come if if you if you had gone to bed early last night, you wouldn't you wouldn't have you wouldn't have missed you wouldn't have been late
You
to
wouldn't
work.
have been late. Okay, so if you said if you had gone to the bed early, yeah, yes. If you'd gone, it's okay. If you'd gone to bed earlier, early, no, earlier,
Earlier,
earlier that
earlier,
night, you wouldn't have been late. You wouldn't have, just after wouldn't have been a past
you
participle.
wouldn't
You
have
wouldn't
been
have been.
late.
This one is good.
You wouldn't have
Yes,
been late. You wouldn't
yes,
have been late.
yes, of course. And the next one, you couldn't attend the party because you had to work overtime.
You couldn't attend the party because you had to work overtime. I can make the sentence for this
You can't, you
situation.
couldn't because you had to work over. So if you,
If you,
yeah, for example, if you didn't need to work overtime, you could have attended. Okay, so if I hadn't worked overtime, you can say if
if
I
I hadn't
hadn't.
worked
Okay,
overtime,
yeah,
I could
okay,
attend the party.
yeah. So if I hadn't work, yeah, or if I didn't have to work overtime, yeah, I could
If I
have
hadn't worked
the
overtime,
party, attended
I
the
could
party.
attend the party.
Yes. Okay. So here we have actually, when making third conditional, we have different options. It's not only one alternative. So you can form it in different sentences. Okay. So if I didn't, for example, I would say if I didn't have to, because it has had to, now I want to make it negative. If I didn't have to work overtime, I could have gone to the party, or I could have, for example, attended the party. Okay. I didn't have to. This is past form of had to. Okay. Sorry, negative form of had to. So I can use this. Or if I, for example, hadn't worked, yeah, another form. But because of had to, you can say if I didn't have to work, I could have gone. That is could have done, or for example, attended or gone to the party. Okay, you missed the premiere of Macbeth because you mistook the
You
time.
missed
So
the time.
if I hadn't,
If I hadn't mistook the time,
yes,
I will I would
I
miss the primary
wouldn't
of
have missed. I wouldn't have missed the premiere.
I wouldn't I wouldn't have missed the primary of
Yes,
math period.
yes, of course,
What
Matt.
does the primary what does the premier
Okay,
means?
so we have, let's talk about premiere of Macbeth. So we have the word premiere
Premier
of something. Normally we use it to talk about, for example, movies or for example, shows, okay? The launch, the beginning of something, okay? Premiere of Macbeth. So it's a film, it's a performance, okay? So you can use it this way, okay? Like uh we can say first public show if I want to give you a clear, so it's the first. This introduction, the first public show. This is, for example, Macbeth is a show, a performance, okay, and a TV show, whatever it is. And this one is first public. Premiere is first public show.
So in introduction film.
Normally, we use it for films, TV shows, something that you can watch, events, maybe. That is the first public. Let me type it here.
First public.
Public show.
So
Yes. Yes, this is premiere. Okay. And
premiere.
yeah, of course. For
Premiere.
example, I went to
Public.
the premiere of the new movie, for example. Yeah.
I understand. I got it.
Yes. Okay. And now we have a good one that is listening. So it's a widow, or let me check. Let me see. You can check this too. Okay, we have a widow. Just let me check it. 26. Let me see. No. Oh, we don't have this here. It's okay, no problem. We don't have this widow here, but it's okay, no problem. Okay, so let's see. But I will send you a video to watch. I have a good video, and I will share the link to watch it. It's a good one when you have time, but it's a little bit long, so we don't have time to watch it now, but I will send it. It's a good one, and then we can talk about it. Let's talk. Okay. Why is time management important? You can use these suggested answers, or you can make your own.
I think it's a time management is a very important. When we make a plan or some project, we must manage the time, because if we lose, we will miss the targets. We will lose the target, or we cannot finish on time.
Yes, we cannot finish. We can't meet the deadline, you mean? Yes. Yeah.
Prevent you from missing
Yes.
opportunity. Poor
Okay.
time management skill will
Yeah.
destroy your productivity.
Yes,
Lose your chance
yes.
of promotion to
Yes.
other co-worker.
Yes. So,
This means you will always have to worry about the unfinished tasks or the
yes.
deadline if you manage time poorly.
Yes, of course. Yeah,
Or
of course.
sleep disorder or the other health problem.
Yes.
More time for yourself, can spend time learning new things to help your career. Take up a hobby to relax. Spend time being with for your family and loved ones.
Yes. There's some actually
Loved ones.
suggested. Yeah, we have some samples that we can use. But as you said, you think time management is important. When planning something, okay, especially, you need to manage your time well. And if you don't, you might miss your goal. So I might miss my
My,
goal
miss
or fail
my
to
goal.
finish on time. So especially when it comes to projects, so we
Fail
can,
to finish on time.
yeah, of course, I fail to finish. Yes. And let's see. Let's talk about the person that has a good time management. Do you know someone?
I have a friend who is a project manager. I think he is a good person because he can make a plan very clearly, and he has a many good way or the good skill to manage time.
Yes.
So he always he he often controls his project and writes his project to come on time.
Yes, very good. So a friend of you. So you can say a friend of
Yes,
mine. Yeah, my friend or a friend of mine. So you can make it this way. So I have a friend who is a project manager, and he is great at what he does. You said he's a good person. He's great at
he
what
grades
he
at
does. Whatever.
what
So I'm
he does.
typing. So what?
Yeah,
Is great at what he
he
does.
great at
Yes.
what he
Yeah, he
does.
plans everything clearly and has strong time management skills. He has a
Strong,
strong time
strong
management
management skill.
skills. Yes. And he has his own system and always keeps his projects on track. And of course finishes them on
Keep
time.
his
So
project
keeps them on track.
on track, on
Yeah,
track, on track.
on track. And that's it.
Keep them on track.
Yes, keep the project on track. Okay. And like control them. I mean, just, you said control. I said keep them on track. Okay. Control his project to finish them on time. Well, and that's it. Okay. Again, time's up and we need to go. Do you have any questions?
I have a location, teacher.
Thank you so much and have a great time.
Thank you, teacher.
You're
Goodbye,
welcome.
teacher. See
Goodbye.
you
See you.
on
Of course, see you. Goodbye.